Fee and invoicing module falls under the finance and accounting features within the learner journey. To access the fee and invoicing module, so we go into modules, and under that finance and accounting, we have fee and invoicing. This screen here shows the list of all fee categories. So we call this fee categories, but you can call it fee types, or under each fee types, you will see the list of all the invoices there. So to add a fee category, so we go into add fees or fee categories. So here is where you can add a fee category. Now I call this as fee category. You can call it, product types, anything, but you have the option to save this as a template. You can also call this as a fee template as well. Let's say this is term one fees, and I can put in more details including invoice date, due dates, description, fee type, description, and all these information up here, including multiple line items as well. So I can put in the details about the rate, quantity, and I also have the option to add any tax that is applicable here. So whenever you add any tax, so all of them, shows up as a list which you can apply. We also have the option to add discounts here as well. So where you can add a complete discount to the entire fee. Let's say, I want to add a 10% discount on here. Or I also have the option to add a negative number as a discount as well. Let's say I want to add a scholarship here, and I would say, negative, 300, right? So in this way, I have two options to add the discounts, either as a line item, as a negative number, or we do have an option where you can add a discount for the entire invoice itself. On the right-hand side here, we have different invoice templates that you can create, which I'll show you. You can add payers up here as well. So here I can say that I want to invoice all students who are, let's say, in Bachelor's of Business. There may be 100 students in there. In just one click, I can invoice all students who are part of this cohort. I also have an option to invoice all students who have taken specific subject as well. Let's say who have taken a subject, let's say science. And I can invoice all students who have taken science and invoice everyone in just one click. There's also options where I can invoice specific students. So let's say I want to invoice Rachel here, and I can add specific, customize the invoice only for her if you want, or I can just apply whatever is in the template. I can also invoice students who are not yet enrolled and they're still sitting in the CRM module, right? So I can invoice them. We also have the agency module where if it's colleges who manage with agents, so you can invoice directly the education agents as well. We have option where you can do partial payments. We have an option where you can do recurring payments, where let's say it's monthly invoice. This amount is monthly invoice for up to 12 months. And you can say when the subscription actually start, whether it starts when the payment is made, or whether it starts when the invoice due date. We also have an option where you can link this invoice as a debit or a credit entry through our finance module, or if you have integrated Xero or QuickBooks, you can sync it to your chart of accounts as well. We also have a multi-currency option if customers are looking at invoicing in multiple currencies. So these are all the configurations that you have, where you can have all these configuration and settings. We also have an option where you can enable whether the payment is acceptable through credit balance as well. So you can add credit balance to student profiles, and you can provision or allocate that credit balance to any of the invoices as well. So this is how you can create an invoice template, or you can invoice students from here itself. So let's say I have created an invoice template. So let's say this tuition fee, I can add the student, or I can add an invoice here, and then see that everything is already showing like what are the amounts. So this is the template that was created, and I have an option. I can add any of the students or a student cohort into this, apply this fee category to those students who are in, let's say, grade 1. So that's how you can invoice students. So once the student has been invoiced, you can see all those students either in the invoices tab up here or under that fee category itself. So I can click any of the fee category here. If I go into filters, I can look up on all the unpaid invoices or any of the status which is mentioned here. I can get all the details. I have an option to send, email notifications to them as well. And there are also other options where you can have different filters to get the data and either export. You can export the data. When you're exporting the data, you also have the option to select any of the custom student fields that you want in that Excel file or CSV file. So any of the, if you have um, enabled subscriptions, so all the subscription invoices show up on the subscription tab. So here you can see these are all the subscriptions there. You can see how many total invoices done, what is paid, what's not paid. If I click on the details up here, so this invoice is a subscription. The total cycles is 2. One is completed, one is remaining, and it will show whether it's paid or what is the upcoming cycles as well. So that's how you can manage the fees itself. Payment transaction shows up here. All the payment transactions, whether it's paid or not, you can see those information. We also have an option for all the paid invoices. There is a refund payment as well. So you can say, up here, so you want to refund any of the funds. You can click on the date. You can say, let's say, whatever the reason is. You can add additional notes and notifications, and you can see that partially that's been refunded. And again, you can download all this information as well. So in the settings section, we have options where you can send notifications if you want, either only to students, parents, or even custom notifications as well. You can add it up here. Payment methods can be added. So we have an option where you can add custom payment method as well. So there's some default payment methods which has been added up here. You can always add custom payment method, or you can enable, disable any of that. And we also have an option where you can configure or build your own invoice template as well. So there are some default invoice templates, but if you want to create from scratch, you can also create your own invoice templates. So that is how you can manage the fee and invoicing module. It's one of the most popular modules within our platform. So if I go into any of the students here as well, so I'll just quickly show how you can manage the credit balances. If I go into the student profile, within that student profile, there is a fee and invoicing section. Under that, I can see all the invoices that are paid, not paid, and a quick summary of all the invoices. I also have an option. I can download the statement for that student. Here is where I can add a credit balance for the student as well. So here is where I can add a credit balance, whatever the information is, and then I can apply that, and that goes in as a credit balance for that student. Now, adding payments, how you can add payments, either you can do it directly from here, add payment, or you can go into the fee and invoicing module, and we can go into any of the invoices up here. Let's say I want to select all unpaid invoices, and I get all the unpaid invoices here. I have an option to add a payment. Here is where I can add the payment manually. Let's say they have actually given cash or check. I can put in the check number, paid on date, and send the invoice receipt as well. Or I can, if you have integrated any of the payment gateways, you can use the virtual terminal here as well. So you can say that they've paid through credit card. Maybe they've come to the office, administrative office, and the student is paying. You can add additional notes and you can make a payment. And the payment processing window shows up here where you can add that details and it automatically processes that information. Or you can add the credit balance. If there's any balance, it will show up here. You can apply that credit balance for the payment. So that's how you can invoice students. So if it is a student or parent, from the student portal or the parent portal as well, you they will students or parents will be able to make payments from the portal. And that's all about how you can manage fees and invoices within Class 365.